What is up, boys and girls? Welcome to a very exciting segment for Project-GR Supra Manual. If you've been tuning into the series, we've only done a couple aesthetic mods up to this point, which is some painted side markers, and then these M-style body matched mirror caps and forged carbon fiber wind deflectors. Here is one of my most favorite mods to do to any vehicle because not only is it what makes the car, it's also a weight savings effort, which I hope it is going to be in this case also. We weighed Project Supra. It weighed in at 3,180 pounds wet. So the goal here is to shave weight wherever we can without compromising the ride quality or sacrificing that streetability of it, because the Supra, while it's a sports car, it's more of a grand touring car than anything with sporty reflexes, let's say. So we don't want to take away from that nature of it. So if we take a look here at our stock wheels, the premium models on the 3 liters, they come with these 19 forged wheels, and I think they're actually pretty light. We're going to weigh them, but from what I read, they're pretty light. They're actually a very nice spoke design. My only gripe with them is, especially mine being a 45th anniversary, these come black instead of the conventional gunmetal, is that the spoke design is very pretty on these, but you don't see any of that with the darker colors. Now, if this wasn't an anniversary model, I would probably be more inclined to keep these as a second set of wheels and just have them refinished in a lighter color. I've seen a couple folks do that now and they look really good. But because they're 45th anniversary, because they're black, we're just gonna take the stock tires off and we're gonna put them in boxes and keep them in pristine condition. So these literally have 17 road miles on it. That's all that the car has seen so far. So we'll take them off, we'll preserve them. We're gonna move the Michelin Pilot Super Sports from the stock wheels over to the new set of wheels. And I have some notes here. The stock wheel setup is a 19 by 9 in the front, 19 by 10 in the rear. The offset is a positive 32 millimeter in the front and a positive 40 millimeter in the rear. So what that means is the rear's wider and it sticks out a little bit more, but the rear has a 5 millimeter wider track overall than the front. So I want to make note of that. Once we get these off, we'll take some weights for it and compare everything to the new setup. And this is the best part, because the wheels maketh the car. For my wheel selection, don't mind my ghetto mic setup here, because Matthew's not with us today, we went with a set of Volk TE37 Ultra-M Spec in diamond silver. Now, I was really tempted to go with a set of bronze wheels for the car because it's white. However, the newer Volk bronze, not the OG bronze, it's a little bit more dull, and especially when you start to get a little bit of brake dust and dirt on it, it really makes the wheel look dingy. This paint is bright and is very pretty, so I wanted something that was going to complement that. And the other thing that makes this difficult for wheel selection is white was mostly off the table because 1, white is miserable to maintain, but 2, most whites are gloss white. This is a pearl white. So when you put white wheels on the GR Supra's pearl white, the wheels actually look lighter than the car's paint. So you'd have to find a wheel option that's white with a pearl. So let's pull these bad boys out and we'll take a look at them. The reason why I went with the Ultra-M specs is because when you step into a 19 by 10.5, which is what these are in the rear, so we're going up a 1/2 inch front and rear, and I forget what the offsets are. I think it's a 25 in the front. It's a 23 in the front with a 35 offset in the rear. So what this is going to do is it's going to move the fronts out 15 millimeter and it's going to move the rears out 11 millimeters. So it's almost making the whole track square, which is going to be good for rotation and reducing some of the understeer, because most BMWs have a little bit of understeer built in from the factory. So we kind of want to get rid of that. I like a car that's easy to drive on the rear wheels, rotates on wheel, and it's just a fun, playful chassis. And this will certainly help do that, even keeping the stock tire stagger, which we're going to do for now because these are brand new Michelin Pilot Super Sports that come on the car. They're very grippy tire, and if I just pulled the wheels off and set them aside, they'd probably sit there and dry rot. So 10.5 on a 19 for a conventional TE37, you lose the spoke design because they set the spoke face in farther into the wheel and it has a bigger exaggerated lip. The Ultra-M specs, which are the latest and greatest, they keep the conventional TE37 look. So this looks just like the TE37s, the OG ones that I have on my FD, just scaled up to a 19. So you have some lip, and a nice concave spoke design, but the spokes aren't set back into the wheel like on a regular TE37 when you move into that 19 by 10.5. I know that's really nitpicking, but I took a lot of hours just staring at different wheels before I settled on these. The color I went with was diamond silver. I have yet to see another GR Supra in diamond silver TE37s. The Ultra-M specs, again, these are the latest and greatest. Sorry, you can come in here a little bit. These are the latest and greatest version of them. They're a little bit lighter than the conventional TE37s, and they have engravings now for all the markings instead of stickers, which I think is a very nice touch. So I'm hoping that this is gonna look nice on the car. I think it will. And we'll see where these wheels sit. These are in specific GR Supra fitment. This is like the one popular size for the car. I don't know how far this flushes out, especially when the car is lowered, but we have a solution for that if we do need to bring them out a little bit with some wheel spacers, so that won't be an issue. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start taking the stock wheels off of the car. We're gonna get weights on the stocks, get weights on the new ones in comparison, and then see if we gain or lose weight overall for Project Supra. Hopefully we're gonna lose, and I think it's gonna look really, really pretty. So let's get to it. What do you think, Matthew?
Oh, you just can't go wrong with TE37s. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, we got to do something about that. But they look awesome, though.
The rear is really bad for the ride height.
Yeah. Should I go fist the rear?
No.
Titanium studs look awesome too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're a nice little contrast for the wheel.
I've never been a fan of wheel bolts at all.
No, they suck.
Yeah, they don't make sense in my opinion, but yeah, that's awesome. Get a little titanium in there too.
So we're gonna do a little recap here of the weights for everything. Okay, you ready? The OEM front forged wheels weighed in at 20.8 pounds a piece. The Volk front wheels, which are a ½ inch wider, are 22.7 pounds a piece.
Quinn does not like adding weight.
I do not like adding weight. That is a little over 1.5 pounds per wheel in the front. The rears, however, the OE rears are 22.7 pounds a piece, and the the Volks were 22.6 pounds a piece.
Same width.
So they're actually ½ inch wider in the rear.
½ inch wider in the rear. Okay.
Yeah. So they're actually there's a tiny bit of weight savings in the rear, and then the front's with tires. The total package was 44.6 pounds per wheel and tire. Same tires mounted on these wheels is now 46.3 pounds. And then the rears, which this wasn't making any sense unless I just weighed the wrong one, like if one tire was heavier than the other. But the rear, with the stocks, I had 48.1, but then I weighted it with the new wheel and tire was 49.1. So it's sort of pound and gain in the rear. So I don't know if I just grabbed one corner and it was like a little bit heavier, or the scale was being a little bit stupid, but
yeah.
I was really hoping for some weight savings here. I thought I was going to shave about 2 pounds per wheel, but I guess it shows you how lightweight the OEM forged wheels are.
Yeah, those are nice looking wheels too. They don't look like the best to clean, but they are a very nice looking wheel, and that's really light. If you're just as light as a TE37, that's pretty crazy.
Well, keep in mind, if those are a ½ an inch wider each, they actually may be heavier. I don't know what that design would translate to if they were. Sorry, getting a call here. I don't know what that would have translated to if they were actually wider. So these are a ½ inch wider, so there's more meat here, no matter what.
Did you make up for that gain in weight with the titanium lugs?
No. So the titanium, well, it depends on how you look at it. The titanium studs per corner only shaves 1/10 of an ounce.
1/10 of an ounce?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
But the studs are longer.
Yeah.
Than the OE bolts.
Yeah, so you have the ability to fine tune with spacers if you wanted to.
You can add spacers feasibly. So you have more material that you're dealing with. So I mean, by that nature, I mean, titanium is about 60% the weight of steel, but these are longer. So it's you're adding more material there, but they won't corrode. They look nice.
Yeah. And
they're much easier to uninstall and reinstall the wheel.
Yeah, exactly. That's reason enough for me to switch to studs.
So a little disappointing in the weight savings department. I keep saying I want to get the car to 3,300 pounds or less. I think would be ideal. I don't know if that's going to happen.
You just started. You haven't even driven it.
I haven't even driven it. Oh, we gotta wait when we change the suspension.
Mm-hmm. Suspension should help.
So I'm not gonna go too nuts showing you guys what this car looks like on the stock ride height, because I think it really just kills the overall aesthetic of the TE. So I'm gonna let you see them a little bit.
Yep.
We'll flash the rears real quick before we end the video, but
up next is suspension.
The car needs to be lowered, because even when I looked at it at first, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I made the right wheel choice. I literally said that in my head, but having looked at it now, I also juiced up the tires with some tire juice, and that kind of lessens the exaggeration of the wheel gap.
Yep.
Because with the dry tires and then the lighter wheel, it really and plus these are pokier, so the wheel gap was way more obvious. But juicing the tires up, letting the suspension settle, and just kind of passing and going the last couple days, looking at it, I'm like, okay, it looks good. Mm-hmm. Still, the graphics still got to go, but that's coming soon. We're gonna get the car lowered with the front lip on, and I want to see what the whole 45th anniversary package looks like with it. I'm pretty set that the graphics are gonna go, and maybe the wing. The wing is still 50-50, but we'll at least see this part of the project through with the vision that I had originally, which was always a white Supra with a nice silver TE37 front lip lowered. We'll see what it looks like from there. So that is it for this one, guys. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this sort of content, give us a like and a subscribe. Support our channel at slipanglemedia.com. Any of the parts that you see us installing on the car, we are now dealers for, and we're going to be offering them to you. So if you want to help support us, we're not looking for donations or anything. Just buy some product through us. We're not marking them up any more than what the other people are. So that's a great way to help support the channel. And you're buying products that we obviously put our foot behind. We're not going to sell anything on there that we don't believe in or wouldn't run on our own cars.
And we'll have an installation video for all of them too. So we're hoping to be like a one-stop shop for everybody that's curious about what it takes to modify your car with specific products.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. That's just the focus for the channel now.
Yep.
Selling the stuff that we believe in and that we actually run in our own cars. Take the guesswork out of the million coilover whatever options out there. We're just going to sell the things that we really put our foot behind. So thank you so much for tuning in, boys and girls. We will see you all in the next one.
Done.